Good
Good
evening.
evening. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. A bit windswept in London. I don't know how it is in Italy, but we have got amber, yellow, red, green
Really?
warnings. Not in London, but in Dorset on the southwest coast. It's crazy.
Gosh, I didn't know. It's not pleasant today in Italy, in the north of Italy.
We're
So
not we're not missing out there.
no, it's chucking it down. So I'm chilly.
It's not just us. It's not just Britain that has bad weather, everybody. Everyone
Exactly.
does.
People always assume now that I live in Italy, they say the first thing they say, "Oh, you're so lucky with the Mediterranean weather." And I say, "No, no, winter is the same." The
Yeah, but
same.
you have things like Lake Como and skiing and lovely places and the Amalfi Coast.
It's true.
But
Yes.
anyway, our coastline's very beautiful. Welcome, everybody. I'm just waiting for a few more people to join, whether you're in Italy or Dorset or rain-soaked Devon at the moment. We're all in it together. It is January and it's a bit January-ish, isn't it, at the moment?
Exactly. But we
It
have
really is.
We have had people before from perennially sunny countries, haven't we? I'm just trying to think over the last
Well,
few
we
years.
yeah, we
Egypt.
had someone from Hollywood, and he did it at 2 o'clock in the morning, and by seven, he said, I don't know whether to have a coffee or a cocktail. 7 in the morning. And he was like, he'd been up all night. We had someone in Mexico,
Yes, yeah. I think it was someone in
someone
Colombia a couple of
in
years ago.
Colombia, somebody in Egypt.
Egypt, I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Um,
And we had someone in Zanzibar, and a giraffe walked past her window while we were on the coaching course.
I wasn't on that one. I would have loved that.
Mhm.
My favorite animal.
Yeah, that was Bettina. She's doing so well over there, working in hospitality, but taking coaching out to all sorts of places, and even danced with the Maori warriors, and fulfilled her vision board. Let's put it that way. What we'll do is we'll get started because if anyone comes late, we're going to send everybody a copy of this anyway. So even if you don't catch everything tonight, Caroline will send everybody a recording tomorrow. But this is really, it's a bit about us, but it's also about you. Please tell us about yourselves and anything you wish to know about coaching and training with the Pure Coaching Academy. This is your time to ask us the questions if you have any burning queries, you just don't know if you'll ever make it, yeah, write it in the chat box. We're happy to answer any question. No question is too, I say that, too awkward or too difficult. Try us, test us. Um, um, and I know that a lot of people have booked on, but some said that they'll just catch up with the recordings. So, don't worry about the numbers. But we'll do a little bit of an introduction in a minute. But the main thing is you're here tonight because there might be something about coaching that is appealing to you, and you're thinking, could I be a good coach? And well, if you like people, if you like to make a difference, if you are the sort of person who gets a big buzz out of, helping somebody, inspiring someone, moving them on, motivating them, or you already do this with your family and friends, you're on the kind of speed dial for help at the middle of the night, you're the kind of person who makes a great coach. And I don't think you can fake it. I think it's really fundamental. It's a calling, it's who you are, it's in you. You have a natural desire to make a difference in people's lives. And that's what we're here and all about at Pure Coaching Academy is all of those innate brilliant skills that you already have. We hone them, we polish them, and you go in a rough diamond, you come out a Tiffany's diamond. Or Cartier or De Beers or any kind of rock that you may feel that you want to model. Really lovely that we've got Natalie here who's in Milan. And first of all, then, Natalie, just tell us a little bit about you before we get started.
Yeah, so just in a nutshell, I worked in finance in London for 15 years. I was always the person searching out the people who were looking for a promotion or wanted to leave the company, and I was always like cheering them on and saying, "Oh my goodness, you'd be brilliant at this." So I always really enjoyed that side of it and managing people. And moved to Italy 12 years ago, never remember now, 10 plus years ago. And I was received, as some of you probably are receiving Caroline's newsletter. So I was receiving this and, happily enjoying it. And when I moved countries, I thought, maybe this is actually an opportunity. Because sometimes, we're reluctant to take that jump But if we're pushed, it can be the best thing. In fact, we have quite a few people that often come during redundancy, don't they? Because they've said,
Yeah.
I've wanted to do this for ages. Now I actually feel like I'm pushed to change.
Well,
Uh,
sometimes that is the best time when someone pushes you. You might be resistant, but certainly redundancy made me leave journalism and face a new future, and I've never looked back.
that's true. Yeah, exactly. Um, so yes, I took your course. So that was probably 11 years ago. I think you'd been doing it for about a year or two by then.
Yeah.
Um, and absolutely loved it. I carried on like some people do. Some people, everyone does it differently. I carried on with my day job for a while and was coaching in the evenings. But it was obvious every time I came out of a session, I was, singing and dancing, like saying to my partner, "Oh my goodness, that was just so satisfying." Not like the other work I'm doing, which is fine, but it's not, it's filling my soul. Yeah, and so gradually I was like, okay, forget it. I'm leaving my job. I want to do this. And then was lucky enough 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, to start working for your UK academy. I loved that. And we said, why are we not setting up in Italy? So here we are, a year ago. We've done 2 terms now in Italy on Friday. So yeah,
I know it. How would you say the Italian public are taking to coaching?
it's changed dramatically in the last 10 years. So when I first started, it was definitely similar to when you started longer ago in England.
Yeah.
So people saying, what is coaching? Or are you a therapist? Typical things like this. And now it's it's really changed in the last, I'd say, 2 years, especially since COVID. But in the last 2 years, for sure, people just say, "Oh, actually, we've got a coach in the office at the moment," or they're offered a coach as part of their redundancy, or they're hiring coaches themselves because they're at a transition point. It could be in numerous reasons: divorce, job change, lots of different things. But we're still definitely behind England, but the market is growing here rapidly.
Well, I think we're in a dawn. I always say a dawning industry. We're taking off. It's taken a while, but it is all across Europe. Coaching is taking off. In America, even getting bigger and bigger. And I don't know what the age group of the people who are on the call tonight, but if anyone has a secret vice in social media, whether it's Instagram or TikTok, you will see. And I'm a TikTok person. I do get lost in there sometimes. There is a kind of groundswell of people talking about coaching, but particularly young people. I think it's really interesting that they're talking about their emotions, boundaries, um, whether they're people pleasers or narcissism, and all these. They're bandying words around that. When I was younger, or even our parents never talked in those kind of in that terminology. And I think there is a genuine kind of awakening amongst certainly young people and upwards. I want the best life. I want to understand myself. I want to get more out of life. I want to set goals and reach them. I don't want to drift. Life is actually incredibly short. So why not make it a really fantastic magic carpet ride? But how do you do that? You can't always do it on your own. And that's when coaches come in. And I think there's a real thirst for knowledge of self and others and how to lead your best life, how to have great relationships, and how to sort of at the end of each day go to bed thinking I got the best out of today. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And even when times are dark, resilience. How can I draw upon my inner reserves? What do I need right now? And coaching can really help us with all that. Not only helping others. This is the great thing about coaching is that you help others, but you help yourself. What you learn from your clients is absolutely incredible. And it's one of the few careers, professions that over the years you just grow, you get bigger and bigger in your knowledge of the human condition, of yourself. Every client is like a mini learning curve, and we never come to the end of our learning. There's always things to learn about the human mind, how we are in the world, how we're showing up in the world. And I think right now the world needs more coaches. If you've seen the headlines, the world definitely needs more love and more coaches. Um, so You probably know a bit about me. I've been a coach for 24 years. Nobody knew what a coach was 24 years ago. They thought I was like an interior designer that helped them choose wallpaper, or went running with them. No, that's a personal trainer. Or chose clothes for them. No, that's a stylist. Nobody knew what a coach was back then. So it was a bit of an education process. But now everyone's heard of coaching. Everyone's heard of Tony Robbins and Martha Beck and Gabriella Goldstein. It's like so many people have heard of great coaches now, and it's really, really taking off properly. What coaching has given me is incredible. I used to be a journalist, and although I used to interview the rich, famous, and incredibly interesting people, this job has given me more insights into life than any other job I've ever had. I've got to write a book here with one of my clients. I won an award, and I even got to be over Nigella in the Daily Express. Here I am, Caroline Rice. And there's Nigella. I got the top billing. Because I got a column in the Daily Express writing about happiness and well-being. And even when I was a journalist, I couldn't have got a column in a national daily paper. I did get it from being a life coach. So I think the possibilities and potential are endless for any one of you on here thinking, where will coaching take me? Well, the sky's the limit. And the big question you're probably wanting to ask is, and please do put the questions in the chat box, is it a flooded market? Natalie, is it a flooded market?
It's no, absolutely impossible that it's a flooded market because, yes, you will see on everyone's LinkedIn profile now that they whacked coach on there. But when it comes to it, a lot of the time it's meaningless. So, what people are looking for example, someone could be looking for a divorce coach, so you need to be someone who is qualified, certified, able to do that job. It's going to require a lot of skill. You can't just be doing some, 30-minute online course, unfortunately. Online courses is probably a flooded market for things that have been created by AI. And in fact, some people do that kind of thing before they come to us to kind of dabble in it and then realize, okay, no, this is nowhere near enough. So we quite often people come to us, but no, I mean, flooded market, it's not possible. Think how many humans there are and how many different points of transition or need or blocks in our life that we have. People return to coaches again and again for these points in their life. So even one client, I'm sure you have returning clients.
Yeah.
We're not the same as therapists, so we don't have long ongoing relationships with clients. However, of course, for example, I often coach people for work. They come to me when they're looking for a promotion, and then 3 years later, they're like, okay, now I want to go and do something different, or I want to try another company. Let's work together again. So, yeah, the answer is no, it's not.
Yeah, and there's only one. Only ever one of you. So you're your number one brand. Everyone here on the call, there's only one of you. So where I live in West London, there's about seven, maybe more now, hairdressers and barbers along a little small parade. One is a kind of Kurdish barbers. One's an old ladies hairdressers. Another one's a bit more upmarket, more Mayfair prices. Another one's kind of got a tattoo parlor in the background and in the back room, and it's kind of very funky sort of. No one says, hey, I don't want to live around here. There's too many hairdressers and barbers, or too many butchers, or too many dentists. We're just taking off in the UK. It's about to really become a huge thing here. We're just joined by Becky. Thank you, Becky. We'll come to you in a moment. But there is a minefield out there choosing the right academy or coaching school or whatever you want to call it. Where are you going to go to learn how to be a life coach? Now, my course was 2 years long, and it was the only one in the world at the time. It was called Coach You. It's still a magnificent coaching academy, but 2 years to learn what we do was very, very long 2 years. And there was no Skype or Zoom then. It was all done on the phone. So the 8 weeks that the Pure Coaching Academy gives you is highly experiential. It's our job to make it a fun way to learn, and it's learning in an intuitive, instinctual way. So when you're sitting in front of your client who's got their head in their hands saying, life's not great for me at the moment, you're not picking up tons of manuals you've learned over 2 years. You will know instinctively the right question to ask, the right homework to set them, and what really is going on between the lines. Because when someone says something like, oh, I don't know, I just can't get promotion at work. It really is that they're not working very well in that organization. It could be that they have a terrible work-life balance, the relationships are not great, they're not eating healthily, they might have communication problems, or they might simply not be being able to keep up with what's going on in a relevant way in the office. So we train our coaches to read between the lines and to know exactly the right daring to ask the difficult questions that nobody else in their life is going to ask. So therefore, it is a position of privilege and passion that we come as coaches. We're privileged to hold that space for our clients, and it's a wonderful, wonderful pleasure to see somebody change and grow within a matter of, well, in fact, from the first session. And all you've done is ask the right question at the right time and held that space for somebody. It is an absolute flipping amazing profession and career. Well, I'm going to sing the praises of it, aren't I? I would do. But welcome, Becky. And Becky always smiling. Thank you for joining us, Becky. Now, Becky graduated in November last year. So she's one of our newest graduates, and I'm really glad you joined us. Please unmute yourself and join us and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please tell our people who are on the call tonight what the Pure Coaching Academy course was like for you. And no, we hadn't briefed her.
No, not at all. Fresh to it. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I mean, maybe like the position you're in right now, I'd been curious about coaching and wanting to do a course like this for quite some time. I'd probably been shopping around for a couple of years, looking at various different courses. And for me, honestly, I did just keep coming back to this one. It was, it was always the one that was saved on a tab or sort of in my notes somewhere, like, oh, I think that might be the one, but I'll go away and I'll come back to it. And of course, last year was the time that I eventually did sign up. Started in September, obviously graduated in November. Um, and for me, it was just, the content for one, all of the different things just straight away from day one, all of the different areas that we were exploring, both in terms of how to be a coach, how, coaching techniques, but also how to then run that as a business, because both of those things were brand new to me. The people on the course. I mean, I feel like I've got not only coaching contacts, but friends for life out of it. We've all met up recently, which was lovely after seeing each other's faces on calls like this for several weeks. And just the practicality of being able to get to it straight away. I mean, you just said then about you'll know what to do and things like that. We went in on the Saturday to our first session. I think I then held my first coaching session with my buddy on the Tuesday, 2 or 3 days later, was like, I've never done this before. But just surprisingly, each week, the things that we did, being able to then straight away put it into practice with my coaching buddy, then with sort of pro bono clients, and then moving it into actually running a business. It was from day one, which was just invaluable, really. So yeah.
Well done. Thank you for getting saying that, and also congratulations on getting paid clients so soon as well. Forgot to say there, from week one, you're given a buddy coach, because we don't want people to do the 8-week course and say, oh, after 8 weeks, I'll start my coaching then. And when the course is finished, feeling very underconfident to start their coaching. No, you will be coaching from week one with another student that we've paired you up with, so you can coach in a very safe way. You coach an hour with them, they coach an hour with you. Great friendships are formed. It's a way of practicing coaching and I don't know, getting good at asking the questions with somebody who's going through it with you. And this is a very, very quick way of learning coaching skills, and also making great buddies as well. And the support of the group is something that we have no control of. Natalie and I have no control over that. It's always a very heartwarming thing when the students say, I've loved the course because of the other coaches on it, all the other students that they've met, which is an unexpected joy for us. And to have a meet up with them is also great. Now, you were saying that the business side of things it was very helpful to you. So you learned the coaching skills, and then you went into the business side of it. What did you take from the course about business building, Becky?
Well, as I say, it was completely new. Both sides were completely new to me. I've got a background in social media, so I sort of understood a lot of that side of things. But social media is very different to marketing. It's very different to how to set up your finances, all the kind of different things. I had no idea where to start when it came to setting up an actual business. And, both in the sessions on a Saturday, but also the contacts available to us through the people that are associated with Pure Coaching Academy. I was able to hop on a call with somebody if I was unsure, if I was saying, what on earth is this and how do I do that? I was able to just hop on a call with somebody and say, can you please explain this to me like you would to somebody who's, never heard any of this before. And it was crazy to see that in such a short space of time, week one knew nothing about a business, knew nothing about, XYZ. Come week eight, I'm saying to people, oh, I'm a business owner, which was just bizarre because I didn't even know when I started week one if that would be the case, if I'd go straight away or if I'd wait a little bit. So yeah, so it was kind of the contacts and all the information associated with the course. As you say, all the buddy coaches, I mean, we've all got different backgrounds and skill sets. Some have set up businesses before, some have been in kind of associated industries. So being able to bounce off them, we've got a WhatsApp group chat now all the time. It's, has anybody dealt with this before? Yes, I'll help you. It's great to have that because that will stay with us now as we go forward.
That's right. And do you enjoy coaching? I've got to ask you this because, yeah, that's that
Yeah.
phase of, oh, we love coaching.
I mean, maybe the people, maybe everyone on this call is kind of in that same boat that I had felt this kind of calling to do something like this for quite some time. I my background really, I'd run this Instagram page for a couple of years where I was sharing my own experiences of sort of mental health, healing, well-being. And I thought, I really want to take this to another level because I've kind of formed this little community and I want to have some, I don't know, validity to what I'm saying, or I want to be able to actually help people. And it just really started clicking for me when I started coaching that, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then I was in this coaching session. I was like, yes, this is it. Just, hearing your clients that, have those breakthrough moments and you're like, yes, it really does feel like a calling. And I'm just so glad that I finally did the course last year rather than waiting another year, another 2 years and kind of putting it off because it was just totally the right thing to do.
Well, I'm glad you said that. And of course, it is daunting for people sitting, looking, thinking, well, it's a lot of money. The headlines are scary. Is now the right time? Well, there is no right time. You have to just jump, I think. I'm afraid that you can wait forever for it to be the right time. But what I think we're getting from what you said, and it's always worth for me to remember this, Becky, is a lot of people start the course. They don't know if they want to start a business. They don't know what niche they want. They aren't sure if it's entirely the right decision, but they've jumped in. But by the end of the 8 weeks, almost without fail, everyone's kind of got their niche more or less sewn up. They're starting to. Some people have even got their websites up before the end of the 8 weeks. It's amazing what can be done in 2 months, and it seems like that's such a long time. Week one, you're thinking, oh, 8 weeks of this. Oh, it's a blink of an eye. It is a blink of an eye. And when it comes to that Saturday when you're not meeting, everyone's like, oh, I miss the Saturday. I miss the Saturday Pure Coaching Academy meetups. It's like it's a very joyous course. It's a very experiential course. We try and make it as fun as possible so that you've kind of downloaded the tools and techniques. You're not having to think, oh, how do I do this? You will know instinctively the tools and techniques to use with your clients. Now, we also go into how to price your packages, how to sell in a way that's not salesy. We're passionate about you succeeding. That's the thing. I don't want people to come to the end of the course and say, still don't know what I'm doing, still not sure. You will know. You will have certainty at the end of it. I think that's pretty much guaranteed. Anything you want to add to that, Natalie, about the kind of experience of the course?
Just a couple of important things I think are it doesn't end, I mean, as Becky, you're saying, you've got obviously a great group, so that's fantastic. But also there's a monthly catch up. So every month it's a clinic basically. So you can come to the coaching clinic and say, I've got this client, I'm stuck. Or guess what? We had someone 2 months ago published a book, so they wanted to share that with everyone. So that was wonderful. So
Yeah.
kind of you've got this ongoing, there's not an end to it, is what I'm saying. It's not like fall off a cliff after 8 weeks. You have, we're available as well. So it means, when you've got a moment of doubt or something you want to celebrate, we don't want coaches to feel like it's me, myself, and I, which it could be in this industry, like many industries, but you can be a coach, it's you and your clients, and we try and create a different situation. The other thing is the guest speakers. we have fabulous guest speakers. So that's a nice, it really adds, I think, an extra layer that people, the feedback I get is people really appreciate.
Yeah. What did you make of our guest speakers? The coaching with collage lady, our neuroscience lady, Mike with LinkedIn. Can you expand on our speakers, Becky? What was your experience of them?
Yeah, I mean, as Natalie just said, it's just such a varied group of people coming in with so many. I was just in awe and amazed. I mean, I particularly like the collage one because I'm quite a creative brain. I think that really helped me. It just learning all these different things and realizing how diverse coaching can be, and it gets you thinking like, who do I want to be as a coach? What type of coach am I going to be? Would I like to work in a more sort of creative way like that with my clients? Would I like to do something like collage or something to do with music? I don't know. Or do I want to be primarily, conversation based? It just really unlocks your brain to all these possibilities that could be a part of your coaching business going forwards. And even now, I've kind of got started with one thing, but it's quite exciting to think that it could be another thing and it could be another thing as you sort of evolve. So yeah, it was inspiring, I think is probably the word to hear from all these different people about what they're doing.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's the other thing. Every single coach is different. So at the Pure Coaching Academy, it's like if we give you a palette of paints, you might go and paint the Sistine Chapel, or you might do some kind of abstract piece of art over here, or you might paint your front door. There's still a set of paints. So each coach will pick up those sets of coaching tools and use them differently. And that's what's so exciting and creative about being a coach, is that you can, I don't know, you coach in your style with your values and with your vision, and someone will say, that's the coach for me. And that's why it's not a flooded market. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, as you can see. I might not, but someone, I don't know, a man with a big white beard and wearing a caftan isn't my type of coach, and that's fine. But he's got his followers. That's okay too. So, be the best thing about being a coach is be you. Be your best self, be your brand. Now, we haven't had anyone put anything in the chat box, and when you get off it, our audience will be thinking, oh darn, they didn't cover that. Please ask us. Ask Becky, how was it really? Are they paying you to say this? Ask Natalie, how is the international market? Ask me, how much can you expect to earn as a coach? Well, I do know people who charge $1,000 an hour. Okay, they're no different to the ones who graduate from this guy. It's true. He charges $1,000 an hour. He lives in Barcelona. He does 3 or 4 clients a week. He surfs. He has a great life. He's got a little laptop thing. He has a laptop beach lifestyle. He is earning that because his self-belief is that high. That's where you set your mark. What do you feel comfortable with? How much can you charge? The sky is the limit. In America, some coaches are earning $10,000 a day. They come in, they shoot, they troubleshoot with the teams. Or you might want to start out £50 an hour. It's up to you what feels comfortable to you, but we will also show you how to price your packages as well. I'm trying to think what else to say about the course. You will get everything you need. There's nothing missing. We had somebody who was the CEO of a major international design company who came on the course. He was very much into trying new things for his life, his bucket list. So he'd done the Wim Hof sitting in cold baths of ice. He'd done wild water swimming. He'd never swum before. And now he can do these amazing kind of swimming feats of endurance. And he thought, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do some wild camping and I'll learn to be a life coach. He wasn't thinking of leaving his job as the CEO of this amazing design company. He so taken by the coaching and the coaching course, he now has set himself up as a coach. He's working with retreats in Ibiza, lovely. And he said in the first year, and I've got to get this word right, he sextupled, if you heard the first bit, sextupled his rate card in a year because the demand was so good. Now, I can't claim to have his confidence, but this is a man who came on the course thinking it's just another thing that I can tick off. I've kind of, done the Wim Hof, done the climbing, done the surfing. Yep. And he's earning beautifully, and in Ibiza as a consultant coach, setting up retreats there. So really, your imagination is where it will take you. It is a bit of a magic carpet ride, but there are no limits. On Monday, the price will go up. So at the end of day of Monday, book by then, because it's an early bird now, and you can pay in 5 installments. Don't hang on. act now. There's no time like the present. And no one's ever regretted it. I've had probably maybe 350 coaches go through the academy, all different types of people, from a lorry driver to psychotherapists to I don't know, all sorts of people, dancers, actors. None of them have regretted it. Not one person has said, those 8 weeks have not been any use to me whatsoever. You've got the toolkit for life here.
Yeah.
Whether you use them as a parent or in your relationships or as a teacher or as a lawyer or your doctor or going into your sales teams, you will have the Harry Potter magic wand to be able to change things and change lives and change your own lives. There is nothing missing in this course. The bottom line is, though, there are many courses out there. So use your gut instinct here. Does this sound right for you? It's not for everybody. Do you want to do an academic course? Would you like to have 2 years like I did? Please, why suffer? I remember years ago, I was applying for a job. Yes, I used to work for other people. I haven't worked for 24 years. I've been earning as a coach. When I hired a coach, she said, have you filled the application form in yet? And I said, no, it'll probably take me another couple of weeks. And I remember her saying, how long do you want to struggle and suffer with this? That's a good question. I don't actually want to struggle and suffer with anything. So why are you dragging it out? And I'll put that over to you as a coach. How long do you want to ponder, procrastinate, struggle, and stress about the idea of training to become a coach? Life is short. Let's do it now. Let's book. Let's get you going. Let's get you signed up for the February course. Or you fancy doing the Italian course? Tell us what dates you're doing, Natalie.
Yes, it must be yours is 28th, so
Yep, the last Saturday in February.
So mine starts on Friday, the 27th of February. And it's in English, just in case anyone's panicking.
Yeah, so if you can't make the Saturdays, there's Natalie with Fridays. So it's not a horribly long day. You're not watching the second hand like at school, please. Well, it's 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. And
It's
you've got time.
But it's intensive, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah. It's enjoyable, yeah. And so, Becky, since graduation, tell us what you've been up to, what you're doing now, and how can people find you?
So, as I sort of mentioned, I started out having this as a sort of Instagram and TikTok page where I was sharing my own experiences. So that has now become my business. So I am on Instagram and TikTok as _healing feeling. So that's my sort of healing feeling is my sort of my brand. That came from just the feeling of feeling in a better place, having been in a sort of fairly negative place, having worked through that and got to that kind of, oh, things are just doing better. And that's obviously what I want for my clients. I mostly work with women on confidence and mindset. My sort of what I like to say is, anyone who is in that spirit of not feeling like not feeling like they're good enough, or not feeling like, oh, I can't do that. They're letting that kind of self-doubt hold them back and not going for the promotion, or not going on that date, or not going for the things that they really want. Trying to break through those mindsets and build that confidence to be able to do all those things that they want to do. So I'm working one-to-one with clients, but I've also started holding some online workshops too. So I held my first workshop in January, which, after the imposter syndrome of nobody's going to come, it sold out, which I was very excited about.
That's brilliant.
I've got my next one in March. So my next workshop's in March, and that's going to be all about trying to get rid of comparison and try and build sort of authenticity instead. So happy with how it's going so far, and just trying to now build on the business side of things and keep going with that.
Can
And you won't
put it in the chat as well, the name of your...
I will do.
Yeah, please. But I'm lost in awe because Becky graduated in November, and you've got the tough November Christmas month, and already in January at a sellout workshop. This is very, very inspiring.
Oh.
Don't hang around, everybody. Do it now. This is the year to do something different. If you're into Chinese astrology, it's the fire horse, which means, be brave, change is coming. Let's make it a year to remember. And you can pay, as I say, 5 installments. You don't have to pay it all up front, and it's on a special early bird at the moment. I sound like I'm on QVC or something. I'll start doing hand shots in a minute. Oh, and it's so beautiful. If you have any questions, if anyone has any questions, we're happy to have private one-to-ones if anybody wants to have a Zoom with us. Check out Becky's Instagram and website. Becky, for those who are sitting on the fence, what would you say to them? You're on mute though.
It's because I was typing and I'm a very
Of
aggressive
course.
typer, so I didn't want everyone to be getting, eardrums back like that. I know it sounds really cheesy and sort of cliche, but just go for it because as I say, I sat on this decision for a couple of years and a part of me thinks, what if I'd done this 2 years ago? Where would I be now? What would I be doing doing now? I'm just so glad that I went for it last year. It feels like I've finally done that thing that I really wanted to do, and I'm at the start of this very exciting journey, not only in terms of my own business, but personal development. I feel like I learned so much about myself and grew so much through this course. Um, I went into a one-to-one at work the other day, and somebody said, "Oh, you just handled things so much better than you did this time last year." And I was like, "Well, I did this course." So it's not only about the kind of becoming a coach and starting a business, it's what it means for you as well.
Yeah.
And now I look back and I think, I was seeing the price and worried about the money or worried about the time investment. It is a huge investment in yourself. And, I'm just so glad I did it. So I just hope anyone listening to this presses sign up as soon as they get off because you won't regret it. It'll be totally worth it.
Oh, Becky, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us tonight. We won't hold you up if you want to.
Thank you. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wasn't she great, everybody? How inspirational to have a sellout workshop within a couple of months of graduating. I'm impressed. Do you know what, Natalie? She must have been very well trained.
I think so. By the best.
Well, we're hanging on just in case anyone's got any last minute questions. You've been a lovely audience. Thank you so much. Don't forget to tip your waitress. Just joking. But really, if you haven't caught any questions now, email us. Happy to have Zooms. It is a big decision, but as I say, early bird price is still on, and it would be fantastic to see you at the end of February on our courses, the Friday or the Saturday. Life changing, career changing. Also, oh, Erica's got her hand up. Speak, Erica. Please put your question in the chat if you can.
Okay, yes, she's asking about certification.
Okay. Well, you will become a certified life coach at the end of it. You will get a certificate which enables you to start coaching straight away. You will be a certified life coach who has completed an accredited life coach training course. If you want to go on to get your own accreditation, which is recommended, we show you how to do that on the course with somebody from the accreditation board will come in and speak for an hour about going on to get accreditation. On the Pure Coaching Academy website, if you click on accreditation, there's a little audio about getting accreditation. Just want to clarify again, when you graduate, you will get a certificate which allows you to coach straight away. You don't have to wait to get your accreditation, although it is highly recommended. So as soon as you graduate, after 8 weeks, you are able to start your business and start coaching as professional coach straight away.
And this course is accredited.
It is accredited, yes.
And Erica also says, very inspiring. In terms of the coaching techniques you teach, how have you come to them? Is it essentially a distillation of what you found works best?
Yes. Yes to all of that. Well, I've been a coach for 24 years and I only earn my money through coaching. I don't have any other job. That's how I earn all of my money. And so I've had hundreds and hundreds of clients over the years. And after a while, you get to know exactly the tools and techniques which work. I've tried them all. And these are the ones we share. These are the power tools and techniques that help change people's lives and move them on. That I gave all of my coaching tools and techniques, which are some of our classic tools and techniques, which I've customized to the accreditation board, who carefully went through them all and approved them, as well as going through my own accreditation process. It was like a 3-hour exam to make sure that it was all ethically based. So these are the classic coaching tools and techniques, but they've been kind of souped up and extra special because these are guaranteed to create results.
And also, I would say that that when you've designed this course, you've included many things that provide not a selection, but you might use one tool and someone else might use a different way, and you're teaching all of the methods so that
Yes.
because everyone is different, and like
Yes.
you say, you develop it as well further, but you're not giving like, oh, this is the Caroline Rice way of doing and there is no other way.
No.
Sure.
No, there'll be commonalities amongst any coaching school, but these are the ones that I know work 100%, and you will get really great revealing results and quickly with your clients. And the other thing is, because you're being taught these tools and techniques, a lot of people apply them to their lives in the present moment as we're going through the course. So sometimes there's laughter, sometimes there's a few tears, and sometimes there's an amazing aha moment for the coaches on the course who suddenly realize it's time to let go of this baggage. I see things differently. So as coaches, we have to address our own stuff in our lives, the things that have got us down, the issues we've been carrying, the burdens that we live with, and we let go of them through coaching. And the more we coach, the more we let go, and I have this wonderful sense of freedom and understanding about life and all of its complications. As coaches, we are continuously learning, continuously letting go. And on the course, that's why it's a life-changing course, because as you try these tools and techniques, you suddenly realize, I'm seeing life differently now, and I'm not going to go back to how I saw it before. And that's the wonderful thing about learning to be a coach, is that what the revelations and the growth that you have personally and your own development, which is limitless, springs into life, and you become the coach that you've always wanted to be.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your questions, Erica. Thank you so much.
Any other questions while we're here?
And, please, as Caroline said, you can reach out to either of us.
Yes.
Via the course administrator or directly. Feel free to contact us. We're very happy to answer questions, because we really like people that come on the course to be happy to be on the course, so we want you to understand whether it's the right fit for you or not. So there isn't, people ask us a lot of questions and they're embarrassed to ask, oh, I'm not sure if, I'm good enough, or I feel a bit like an imposter. Trust me, they're asked regularly, and we will just explain and ask you questions and have a discussion about it to see whether it's something that fits well for you, really. So we are available if you don't want to ask something tonight.
Yeah, and you want to feel you're in the right place. None of us get 100% certainty with any decision we ever made. It's always a bit of a risk. But if we can get you to 85% feeling, I think I'm in the right place, then join us, because we're guaranteed to fill in that 15% when you're on the course. You'll be 100% in the right place once you're doing the course. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And as I say, follow us on LinkedIn, ask any questions, book a Zoom call with us. It'd be fantastic to see you in February. Let's make 2026 the year you changed your life, changed your career, and hopefully change a lot of other people's lives and careers as well. Natalie, thank you. Bring us sunshine from Italy, will you?
That's right.
Have a good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.